to come out on top with just one good advantage win, or rather neutral win. So that's kind of what happened. I feel like Webb got locked in one gear and had to transition over to the other gear and wasn't able to do it fast enough.
The kind of elegant and eloquent analysis that you're only going to find from Fang. If you don't know him, now you do. He's one of the finer commentators in the tri-state region, for sure. We got a lot of good commentators, man. I'm not just saying that about Fang. I mean, Fang's the boy, you already know.
Tri-state
boys, yeah, it's got some. It's got some decent ones, I guess.
All right, so we got.
Anyway, we got another very thick lad.
Indeed, yeah,
just a couple tiers below.
Yoshi pretty thick as well, honestly. Just taking
a
big time to die. So I believe, is this a Mexican matchup right now, or it's being
a particularly
Mexican
matchup?
It is not. Myself, no? So this is Texas versus Mexico right now. So Vaquita straight out of Mexico. Ividal coming out of Texas, actually.
I mean, it's pretty close.
Yeah. So you know, so Vaquita actually vanquishing Zane earlier in this bracket, and Ividal, I believe, I forgot who they clutched over to make it into winner's side top 8. But yeah, just given how far these two players have made it, you know, you can see the talent.
Yeah, we did see Ividal go against what was that other match that we had that Ividal was in about an hour ago?
I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember too.
My brain no good though.
Yeah, what even is a brain? Anyway, I play Mario. You already know.
I play NES. I don't got that. I'm not equipped with that set of tools.
That's just how it be, dude. But anyway, ain't no Marios, ain't no Nesses on screen right here. We got the king of all Dededes and Yoshi in a very even-looking game so far. But he gets the jab lock. What's the punish? Just forward smash, simple, get that damage, and get him off stage in that disadvantageous position. No need to go for something creative there if you don't necessarily have to. If you'll get that damage and you'll get that positioning, will do. I like Ividal keeping it simple right there.
The matchup we saw on stream was Sonic Fiend Ividal, and then Ividal beat Pete from Monomonoguchi to make it into winner's side top 16. So,
beautiful.
Or just Pete Bro. You know what? He's just Pete Bro.
Oh my god! The weak hit of the dash attack was all needed.
Yeah, it is. The weak hit of dash attack is very, very strong, and just given how Yoshi's heavy armor is based on knockback, that dash attack will have enough knockback to break out of the armor. And that's why it's kind of scary when you have a big character against.
Oh goodness gracious!
Oh my son got his lights knocked out at that juncture.
Them jumps were gone. He just wasn't ready that time around. I'll tell you, my friend, there ain't nothing that pisses off a Yoshi main more than telling them that their double jump has super armor, because that is technically not what it is. As you mentioned before, there are moves that can break it. They are just a little more fewer and far between than most other attacks, to say the least. But King Dedede, his size fits all, my friend. He's got some pretty powerful hitboxes, moves that can break the armor of Yoshi's double jump right there. Like the dash attack, for one, able to gimp Yoshi. If you can say that your character can gimp Yoshi...
If you gimp Yoshi, he dies.
Exactly. But if your character can gimp Yoshi in any scenario, hold on to that for dear life.
So, I think the good selling point here for Dedede is the fact that he hits a lot of his moves hit really, really hard. And when you have a character that he's got that big hammer for range too on Yoshi, so he's one of the characters that can afford to go in air to air with Yoshi and knock him out of that heavy armor, because what he wants to do is just do a bunch of big hits and then lead into something a big enough hit that'll end up killing. And given the additional range he has from that hammer, he can scrap. He can scrap with the best of them. While Yoshi, once in, though, does get a ton of damage on Dedede, Vaquita's just not letting him in whatsoever.
Dude, Vaquita had the kill right there, man. That beautiful play with the Gordo off of the egg reflect. He jumped off to get the inhale on the egg, reflected back, comboed it into the Gordo, which broke Yoshi's heavy armor, mind you, forcing him to air dodge back into the level. All he needed to do was that down smash, but he saw the percent, figured he probably needed to charge it a little longer, and as a result, Ividal was able to get his shield out in time, and as a result, we still have 3 stocks on both of these players right now.
Oh, yeah. Oh boy, yeah, Ividal trying to get something started here, finally evening it up. That's the tricky part about Dedede. Like, when he's in control, it's great, but when he's in a disadvantage, oh my god, it is so hard for him to make it back from that. That being said, really, really well placed up tilt right there by Vaquita, managing to take that first stock, and he's already got a pretty good startup going here too.
That he does, my friend. Oh, what? Okay, my friend. There's confidence. There's confidence, and then there is overconfidence.
He might have tried to do the thing where because Dedede's spin hammer taunt and his F tilt can be somewhat perceived.
You don't accidentally hit the D-pad, bro.
Yeah, no. So he might have been baiting with like a faulty F tilt or something. That or my man's hands are just big and he fat fingered the taunt button.
That sounds like such a horrible problem to have to deal with if you are a
having big meaty claws.
Like, oh, sorry, bro. I accidentally fat fingered.
Yeah.
D-pad.
Sometimes
oh my
those
God.
big meaty claws don't work.
What did you say, punk?
Big meaty claws.
Well, these claws ain't for just attracting Gordos, my friend. He can reflect those right back if he's able to get that inhale, which I think is one of Dedede's most substantial changes from the last game over this one. The fact that he has multiple ways to throw the Gordo back at you now is something else, my friend. I've watched a lot of Mr. Brody Lee, the artist, Anatomist, and there are situations where sometimes if you have stage control against Dedede, it's actually better to not reflect the Gordo if there was enough time in between when you threw the Gordo and when you're ready to reflect it, to the point where you know the Dedede, that up air takes the stock, to the point where you know the Dedede is just going to be ready to reflect it back and get that extra damage. That's a whole new part of Dedede's meta that got changed from the last game over to this one, is how to deal with the Gordo in neutral. The fact that he can reflect it in multiple ways. I don't think people understand how huge that is in terms of his viability. Not that he's still the most viable of viable characters, you know, but he's definitely better than he used to be. That's for sure.
Oh, yeah. I do like how Vaquita has been using Gordo and Dedede's multiple jumps to kind of mix up and also cover his landings a lot of the time. That's huge, especially a character against a character like Yoshi who can kind of explode you just off of one F tilt. He's been doing a really... I feel like Ividal could be taking a page out of his book in that manner, in that he needs to start covering his landings a little bit better, because Vaquita has had the range and ability to kind of close the space between him and Ividal really, really nicely.
I thought he was going to go for an air dodge forward air right there out of that weak hit neutral air. Nothing doing. He's just going to elect to go for the damage, and Vaquita regains, I should say, that stage control. Just as I say that, we get the mix option right here. Ividal trying to end it there, and St. Richard putting up the no-fly zone right there, putting Yoshi on an FBI list, saying, do not come down here, man. I will hit you with all sorts of wonky reverse hitboxes that this up air has to offer, and I will give Yoshi again. I'll do it, man, but Ividal was smart. He knew not to go down there and knew it was better to just regain stage control instead and just keep it up there, make it much harder for Vaquita to make his way back to the level, because if Dedede doesn't have stage control, he gets stuck in a corner. Oh, man, this character has such a hard time getting out of disadvantage.
Ividal trying to be very, very careful with catching these landings from Vaquita, but ooh, finally mixing in the Yoshi bomb a little bit. I definitely wanted to see that a little bit earlier, but it honestly paid its dividends in catching Vaquita on the back foot. I think Vaquita was very, very careful about the range that both Egg and just Yoshi in general put out, so he was respecting it super well, but I don't think my man calculated the fact that my man had Yoshi bomb at his disposal.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he did. Not sure if he calculated the fact that the Yoshi bomb goes through the platforms.
Yeah, they had a bit of a scramble there, and Vaquita got caught throwing out Gordo, and you know, what's the best way to navigate through Gordo? Use a move that goes up and over it. That arcs over it. And golf course carpet Yoshi will be taking that game.
Yeah, and the hitbox would have reflected it back anyway. On the way down.
People are saying is the new Pokemon DLC out already?
I think it's this Friday. I think it's tomorrow, actually.
Okay.
I have to know that.
Yeah, you do have to know that.
Actually. Funny, 'cause I was talking with the Northeast guy, and he was asking me, oh, what's Nintendo got coming out? And I said, oh, Pikmin 3 Deluxe, it's the Hyrule Warriors, Calamity, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, oh, yeah, what else? And I was like, are there any other major games? And, like, there weren't major games. It was, like, the Pokemon DLC, and I was like, ah, damn it! I have stories to tell about that, my friend, but that's not what tonight is for. Tonight is about the players, my friends. It's about Vaquita. It's about Ividal, representing Steve.
Yeah,
Yoshi.
Not sure what that sponsor is.
Yeah.
Really
I think it's a St. Eve, actually, because of the capitals right there. It just looks like Steve, though. Or it could just be a weird way to spell Steve, saying, like,
maybe Ividal's in the same crew as Vaquita, and Eve is maybe another sponsor?
Oh, that's possible.
I don't know. We could Pepe Sylvia the hell out of this if we really wanted to.
Yeah. Can I talk about Steve? Because I've been dying to talk about Steve with you all day, Fang. I've been dying to talk about Steve with you, okay?
But Ividal right now...
Smash conspiracy here.
Ividal been trying to be hitting Vaquita, and that's kind of what's happened. Like, when you have a 117 lead against Dedede, and you just can get one hit and string it into a bunch of other hits right away, you're establishing quite a fat lead for yourself, especially against a character like Dedede, who you definitely want to have a lead on at all times.
Yeah, you don't even just need the true stuff on Dedede, man. I mean, the true stuff makes it that much harder for him to get down. It makes it that much harder for him to play the game. But with a character like Yoshi, with the best airspeed in the game, all other sorts of opportunities to get damage on this character open themselves up. I don't know if you saw how Ividal won that last game, man, but he didn't get it in one true combo fellow swoop against Vaquita. He hit him on one side of the stage with like a neutral air or a back air, then he ran to the other side of the stage to make sure he was there to cover whatever option that he decided to put out the land. Then whatever direction he hit him in again, he ran back to the other side, just bouncing him around like that's that forward air is one to do, putting him up to 3-1 right here. That's how he got it. It wasn't necessarily in true stuff. He was just tacking on the damage on Dedede slowly but surely, knowing that just by hitting him and getting him in the air, he was forcing Dedede into such a bad, disadvantageous state that he knew for a fact he was going to be able to exploit, just like he did throughout that entire game. That's a 3-stock, my friends. Ividal over Vaquita right there, clutching that setback from the depths of hell, saying, I downloaded that. I'm Yoshi. I know how to cover you wherever you go. You are too thick of a lad. You're done. Go back to Wendy's.
What happened?
He died like
What
3
happened?
times. Dude. He died 3 times, dude, and he lost.
It was such a slog the last 2 games. What did Ividal turn on?
Dude, my man.
What did he hit where he was like, yo, I'm about to murk this. I'm about to murk this, bro. What happened?